Hi Wildings, welcome back to the Wilding Tarot YouTube channel, and thank you so much for supporting me and other creators making tarot accessible online by watching ads. It's by far the simplest and easiest way to support us, and we really appreciate it. Happy Saturn Day, or at least it's Saturn Day at the day that I'm recording this. I'm super excited because Venus also goes direct tonight here based on Australian Daylight Savings Time. It feels like it's been a really long Venus retrograde, so I'm excited for Venus to come out of retrograde and for Mercury to come out of retrograde next week so that we can go do all the beauty things. Like, I've been putting off getting my hair done and things like that because of both these retrogrades. So yeah, I'm super excited, and I'm just excited for the Mercury and Venus energies to shift to be more external and less internal. Like, obviously we've all been realizing a lot of stuff with both of them in Mercury in retrograde at the same time, but yeah, it's nice to have a bit of a break from reflection and reinvention and experience some of those really beautiful energies externally. And obviously we're also in Aquarius season, and we will be in Pisces season very soon. I've noticed for me that it's making my dreams like super vivid recently. Like, I always have had vivid dreams, and they've always delivered me spiritual messages, usually in really weird and abstract ways. But yeah, my dreams at the moment are super vivid. And based on this kind of like Venus and Mercury going direct, all of this kind of vivid dreaming kind of energy with Aquarius and Pisces season, especially because our new moon on Tuesday will be in Aquarius. Like, it's just heavy kind of vivid dreaming energies. I decided to dedicate today's video to those kinds of energies and kind of explore that topic just based on kind of all the energies that are active right now. It just makes the most sense. And also, like, when I woke up this morning, that's what I really felt called to channel today. So I'm very excited to get into today's video. I can't wait to see what messages kind of come out. Obviously, when I record these voiceovers, sometimes I record it prior to recording the readings, and sometimes I record it after, as you might have been able to tell if you listen all the way through. So yeah, I'm recording before we start reading today. I'm excited to see what comes up. And yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. That's my spiel. So let's get into today's reading. Okay, Wildings, let's get into today's video. If you watched the opening credits, you'll obviously know kind of why we're channeling the messages that we're channeling today based on the energies that are active right now. But as far as you kind of need to know for today's reading, we'll be channeling messages regarding who's potentially dreaming about you in this very kind of interesting Aquarian kind of moving into Pisces season time. And we'll be asking maybe what they're dreaming about specifically, and or why they're dreaming about you. So any of that kind of who, what, why messages we'll be asking Spirit about today. I am expecting people to be dreaming about each other right now, just based on all the energies that are active. I know I've definitely been having super vivid dreams about certain people, and they've definitely been teaching me a lot of stuff while I've been sleeping. So yeah, we're going to maybe bring some of those messages out today in our tarot reading. I'm going to split up each reading kind of into 3 parts. I probably won't timestamp them just for the sake of kind of flowing through the reading as best as possible. But no, I'll pretty much be starting every reading kind of clarifying the energies of who might be there. And you're looking for a reading where you resonate with like roughly more than half-ish of the energies. If you're like closer to all of the energies, you'll know you're in the right place. If you're resonating with about half of the energies, your reading might be a combination of maybe 2 or more piles. So just making sure that you're coming back and selecting another reading when you're done your first reading, to make sure that you're kind of getting all of the messages for you from this reading. And if none of the piles resonate, then don't worry, I will do another reading like this, and potentially your energies will be there. So just making sure as well in that part that you're kind of open to hearing messages about maybe someone else than what you were expecting. Like sometimes we can come to a reading like this intending to hear messages about a certain person, but sometimes spirit has reasons to give you different messages. So yeah, just being open with all of that. The second part of the reading is more where we'll get into maybe what they're dreaming and why they're dreaming about you. So we'll do that using kind of the tarot, the oracles. We might do some channeled messages as well at that point to see why this person's dreaming about you and or what they're dreaming. And the third part is some of our oracles and our affirmations at the very end of our reading will more be kind of like what energies to harness and how to move forward at this time, kind of based on the messages that come up in this reading and maybe what's going on for you more broadly at the moment. So yeah, they're the three parts. Feel free to skip any part that doesn't feel relevant. Like if you don't want an energy clarification, you can skip through to kind of the tarot part. If you don't want kind of steps forward, you can skip that. So yeah, just like skip whatever doesn't feel relevant. I will, at the end of each reading, I think today, I'm pretty sure, like don't quote me on it because I might forget, I'll put in a little clip in between each reading to book a private reading with me, like essentially how to do it and what information you need to give and kind of what the reading's all about. So if you make it through your whole reading or you make it through the parts that are relevant to you and then go to the end of your pile timestamp, then you will be able to, see how to do that. I'll walk you through it. I did add like a few more bookings at the moment. So, I've been able to get a few more people in. So it's kind of a good time while I'm a little bit more free with my time to book a reading because the wait time's not as long as what it has been. In the past, it's been like basically a month. Now it's more like a couple of weeks, which is good. So yeah, I'll show you how to do that. Is there any other disclaimers that I need to do in this opening section? Nothing's really coming to mind. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and choose either pile 1, 2, or 3 to start receiving your messages on today's topic. Remembering that if you're resonating only about half with a pile, that you can always come back and get another pile or two to get kind of the full picture of your reading, because your energy might be a combination of different kinds of readings. And wherever you end up, I will see you there in a moment. But don't worry if you haven't made up your mind yet. I'll leave a little freeze frame for you to decide. Hey there, pile 1. Welcome to your reading for who is dreaming about you and why/what are they dreaming. So if you chose this beautiful moss agate, then this reading is probably for you. But we will start with clarifying the energies using our astrology deck and our little descriptors. If you're not 100% certain, or if you just want that extra kind of confirmation, you can skip this if this doesn't feel relevant for you. But yeah, just honoring your own intuition and discernment, taking what resonates, leaving what doesn't. But let's get some messages for you in regards to who is dreaming about you. have just one more, thank you. Okay, so the person who's been dreaming about you guys has probably had some sort of spiritual impact on your life, or this may be some sort of spiritual connection that's kind of presenting itself at this time with this Grand Cross Provoker, Grand Trine Blessings, Pluto Transformation, Revolution, and Change cards. Like, these are heavy. These are like both the main eclipse energies here. So yeah, this is going to be a powerful connection, or has been a powerful connection. This person who's been dreaming about you, they might have Aries, Aquarius, or Gemini placements, maybe also some Pisces placements with this 12th house energy coming out, maybe some Taurus and or Libra placements. I would say the main energies are definitely more air-ish, with a fair bit of, we've basically got all of the air signs here, so Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And then kind of a little bit of fire and water as well, and a tiny bit of earth as well. So mostly air, but yeah, kind of any of those placements could be here. And or like any of these cards might be referring more to their personality that they might have in their kind of day-to-day kind of expression of their chart. So this might not necessarily be placements, but just more how the energies are activated. So like Aries energy is usually someone who cares a lot about their body. Maybe they're into the gym or nutrition, or like walks or working out, or you know, anything like that. This person is a bit more of a me energy than a we energy. So they might have a bit more of a self-centered side, and or they might be a little bit more motivated, entrepreneurial, a bit more of a self-starter, and probably a little bit more independent and like doing things on their own. And or they might also have this kind of Aquarian energy. This energy is someone who's usually fairly unique, someone who's definitely kind of on a path that might be a little bit more kind of left of center. These are usually people that push social boundaries a lot more. They are kind of very dreamy, mystical, mysterious kind of energies. And they're usually very humanitarian, so they care about social issues, or like climate change, things like that. Geminis are usually good thinkers, good speakers, and they're usually good networkers as well. So any of those might be relevant. This person might have a very kind of dominant, nurturing, caring, connection orientated side as well. That might be like, and they might have like a kind of feminine energy to them, or their feminine energy is a little bit more easy to pick, and or they might just like love money. Like, this is also Taurus energy, and they love self-care, and they also love like money and aesthetics. So yeah, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're kind of feeling at least a part of your person's energy here, then this is probably the reading for you. If not, you can always go back and try again. If you would like more clarification though, we're going to get some personality descriptors using a little magic jar. Might actually just leave this here so there's not this weird blank space. Spirit, can we please get some more descriptors of this energy? So we have creative, brown eyes, sensual, average height. They might have a bit of a neurotic side. Might be a little bit disagreeable. This can be this kind of Aries, a little bit more me focused than we focused energy. Outdoorsy. Determined. Yeah, this is heavy kind of Aries energy. Successful. Yeah, that's like more Aries energy. Having Aries, Capricorn or Libra on your MC, which are all heavy energies here, usually are very successful people. They might wear glasses, either as like a fashion statement, like they might be into glasses fashionably, maybe sunglasses, or they might wear them all the time or just for reading. Adventurous, so we've got outdoorsy and adventurous. Lunar, so they might like time to themselves. This is this heavy kind of Aries independent energy. Sexy, so we've got sensual and sexy. Blue eyes, so if they don't have brown, they'll have blue eyes. Student, so they'll probably like learning. This is definitely all of this air energy that's in the corner here. Courageous. And lean, so they might have a bit more of a lean figure, but yeah, if that sounds like your person or a person that you know, they're probably dreaming about you, but we're going to find out exactly why they're dreaming about you or what they're dreaming using the tarot. Spirit, could we please have messages about why or what this person is dreaming? Can you clarify this Nine of Cups energy? And the Moon. And the Death card. And the Six of Swords, please. So it's likely that this person might like to have some security and stability in things that they pursue. And I would say that a lot of what they're dreaming is kind of rectifying some places where they feel a little bit unstable, just based on how the cards came out. So there's a fair bit of Pentacles energy, which is kind of the practicality of things coming together. Then also some Cups energy, which is kind of how things feel. And then the Six and Seven of Swords, which is kind of their perspective on things. As well as we've got some major arcana, so the Moon and the Death card. The Death card is in reverse. The Moon often refers to things in the unconscious, sometimes like fears especially. And the Death card, right way up, often represents like kind of things coming to life. So it does seem like they're kind of working through some fears in their dream. before they practically put things into place to bring things to life. The Six of Swords is an action-orientated card, so it seems like that's kind of the intention. And yeah, I think what they're kind of rectifying is places where they feel a little bit insecure and unstable, and also shadows of themselves. Like, it seems like with this King of Wands in reverse that some of this more Aries energy and maybe Aquarius energy, the shadow of those energies in this King of Wands card, because this is fire and air energy, so kind of these energies here, yeah, they might feel a little bit insecure about some of the shadow side of those energies. So yes, they're courageous and a bit more of a kind of adventurous, creative, like go-getter kind of energy, maybe a bit entrepreneurial and like pretty well motivated, but maybe some of their concerns is about this kind of conflict between me and we energy. They might not have as good a grasp on that kind of more we Libra energy as they do this kind of like Aquarian Aries kind of energy. So yeah, they might be trying to figure out how to kind of make that work, and how to kind of bring out the best version of themselves in this connection. But it seems like they're probably also dreaming about kind of the pure potential of this connection. The Nine of Cups is all about feeling really abundant and satisfied and like having everything kind of come into fruition, and as well like just being in pure imagination in terms of like what kind of fruit this connection could eventually bear, like based on the foundation that the two of you have. So yeah, they're probably like, their imagination is probably like creating all this potential. But yeah, there seems to be some underlying fears in terms of their own shadow, and then fears in terms of like actually feeling secure in this connection. This Seven of Swords is a traditional like kind of deception and or betrayal kind of energy, so they might be afraid that either their kind of imagination of this connection isn't going to come into fruition, or they're afraid of either messing it up or just like not being aware of some things that might eventually hurt them. Like, I think they are a little bit afraid to be hurt, I would say. This Seven of Swords, this is a moon in Aquarius energy, and it's funny because we do have an Aquarius new moon coming up. So this energy really asks us to be true to our word, honest, and definitely not keeping secrets unless they're like based on kind of boundaries, like choosing not to reveal things based on a boundary. So yeah, it's kind of like this differentiation between boundaries and secrets. So yeah, it seems like those are the things that this person's probably struggling a little bit. They might not know how to use this energy in relationship in a really healthy way. Like, they might not know how to be honest in a way that doesn't hurt people. These signs are all known for being a little bit kind of blunt. So yeah, they might be a little bit fearful of their own inability to be sensitive. And yeah, they might be struggling a little bit with some of these things. Again, like, we've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups here. So there's definitely, like, in the dream, they're probably imagining a deep future. So like probably like either engagements or weddings, or just like reuniting if you've been apart, or like getting together if you haven't, things like that. Like, there's definitely a lot of imagination and kind of dreaming energy here in terms of like pure potential. The Five of Pentacles though, this is a Mercury and Taurus energy. Mercury doesn't really like being in Taurus. It's not its best place. It's not in fall or anything. It's just, I would say that Taurus like maybe isn't super practical with Mercury energy. Like Taurus wants to see thinking and communication go the way that Taurus wants it to go, like not necessarily, it's usually not a fair energy, I would say. Like Mercury and Taurus is like, I want my thinking and communication to come across, but I'm not super concerned about your thinking and communication. Like that's just, yeah, kind of this, there's like that kind of connotation to the energy a little bit. That's kind of that Taurus kind of stubbornness and like sometimes inability to see other points of view. But the Five of Pentacles, the reason why this Mercury and Taurus energy is well fitting for this card essentially is this can indicate areas of sickness, poverty, lack, and a lot of the time it's encouraging us to heal through taking action and seeking help and counteracting stagnation. So I would say they're a little bit torn between kind of trying to figure some stuff out in their unconscious and actually just acting and kind of seeing how the things all fall into place. So yeah, it's kind of like their own insecurities that are keeping them stuck at the moment, but there's also this kind of like underlying of like maybe I should just kind of move through the kind of stickiness to kind of see what comes out the other side. Probably a lot of their insecurities are coming from like past pains. The Six of Cups usually refers to kind of pains from the past. It's a Sun in Scorpio energy, and it's all about kind of cycles. Scorpio is a big kind of beginnings and endings, cyclical pattern kind of energy. So yeah, they're probably trying to end cycles, like past cycles, and kind of start fresh. They might just not know how to do that, and probably in their dreams they're like trying to figure that out. Like a lot of the time our dreams have kind of weird metaphorical context, like we can dream kind of these weird scenes, and a lot of the time it's our subconscious trying to move through conflict in some way. So yeah, I'd say a lot of what they're dreaming is trying to move through this inner conflict. Yeah, I think that's about all I'm really seeing. So we'll get some channeled messages from this person, see if there's any more to what they're dreaming. So any more to what this person's dreaming, please? Okay, so we have longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. So yeah, I'd say just based on how the energies came out, I'd say this person probably isn't making it apparent in the physical, like how much they actually kind of want to pursue this. They're definitely keeping it under wraps. But yeah, I think maybe a lot of the reason why they're keeping it under wraps is kind of like all these struggles that I've been talking about. And yeah, this person at the moment being a little bit unavailable due to being kind of consumed with all this kind of like personal stuff. They're just like working some stuff out. So yeah, they're not able to give all that you deserve right now. I think they would come in with a little bit of wishy-washy energy, which is definitely not what you deserve. And there's definitely, as I was saying with the Six of Cups, this is unhealed wounds from the past that are blocking forward movement. And some of these might be kind of necessary wounds to kind of pivot on their own energy. And some of these wounds might be people who have mistreated their energy in the past, like people who might not have necessarily appreciated what they had to offer in this King of Wands energy and tried to make them small because of that. So yeah, it's probably a mix of the two, of like having genuine things where they need to kind of like open themselves up and be more within themselves, and then there's also like needing to let go of things that keep them small at the same time, which are kind of opposite but very complementary kind of energies. So we also have self-care, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. I would say this is what this person's doing. They're like really worrying about them, working on their energy, working on all their unconscious blocks. And they're probably hoping that you're doing the same thing, and just like really focusing on you. And yeah, I'd say this person is just going to focus on themselves until they can kind of unstick some of this stuff and feel confident in moving forward. But we'll see what's in the love oracles for you. Please see what's in the love oracles for this connection, please. Okay, so we have a twin flame card. What else? I think there may be one more. Okay, so this is kind of along the same vein as literally what we've been talking about. So we've got the twin flame card, which represents yin and yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complementing each other really well. Usually intense mirroring as well, especially with this Grand Cross Provoker card. We knew this was going to be a powerful connection because of all of these energies that came out. So yeah, it's definitely a very powerful connection between the two of you. We have the Coffin card, which represents endings, bringing new beginnings. It's very much related to the Death card that came out in reverse. It's all about change, liberation, and growth and transition. So depending on what your situation is with this person, like you might have kind of never been with them, and you need to kind of close your past as well and close any unhealed wounds in order to kind of transition into this connection. If you've had a past with this person, then it's likely that you need to close the past of this connection in a similar way, and yeah, do that kind of like healing, self-care, clearing your own energy field, so that you can have this kind of new phase, rekindling, renewal, transformation, growth, and change your mind. These energies really go hand in hand, kind of like closing the old and building the new, regardless of kind of what your history is with this person. But yeah, it seems like both of you need to take time to heal, closing old cycles, making progress within yourself. Yeah, letting things take time. It seems like having that time is really important to this connection. And then we've also got stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. And I think this was kind of that Pentacles energy that came out. Yeah, being able to get onto that kind of secure footing in the Pentacles energy before like moving towards each other, so that you can give each other a really kind of stable and secure platform to heal and grow from. But we'll see what else is in the oracles. So we have wisdom. It's likely that everything that you're going through right now as individuals is making you much more wise, probably finding your own path through all this and like kind of finding what works for you. And yeah, this might be a time to kind of figure out what your patterns are, resist old cycles, and really create something new for yourself. And that's not denying your natural energy. It's just working with your natural energy in a more positive way. A lot of the time our wounding is more about just acting on our natural energy from a place of like deep unconsciousness and deep shadow, rather than it being really unhelpful. Yeah, you can make that unhelpful energy healthy. The answers you need are coming. This is full moon in Gemini energy. Gemini often represents the Lovers card. It also represents communication. So yeah, kind of trust that it's coming, but expect powerful change and take time to breathe out. So yeah, I'd say this is really time for you right now, for both of you as individuals. And our affirmation to end our reading is, I am divinely protected at all times and in all ways. I am safe from all harm. So yeah, I think you just need to trust the process, trust yourself to look after yourself, trust your own kind of ability to protect yourself, reparent yourself, and kind of provide that safe space for yourself. But I think I'm going to leave that there. Thanks so much for making it all the way through the reading. If you did, I will leave you a little clip after this to show you how to book a private reading if you feel called. But I would love if you could like, comment, and subscribe, and see me again on your feed for another intuitive tarot card reading very, very soon. Until then, ciao. If you would like to book a personal reading with Wilding Tarot, I'm going to show you how to do that. Obviously, I'm just going to show you using the link in a previous video, but you'll be able to go straight into the description box below and use the link below to book your reading. So in the description box below, you'll see in the book a reading section, there's a link to a Google form, which is a tarot reading request form. So you're just going to click on that link and it should open up a new page to my Wilding Tarot reading request page. So you have to enter in your email and confirm your email address. And there are reviews for you to read if you would like. You have to expand them to be able to read them properly, just because Google Forms makes everything super small. But basically you leave your details, so name, pronouns, and then you leave your request for your booking, so whether you want a single or double session. I look for different things in your astrology readings, and the tarot cards take on different meanings based on context. So for kind of different elements like manifestations or love or twin flame or specific person or synastry or anything like that, I do need a whole session dedicated to that reading to kind of get all of your messages. So each session is usually 40-ish minutes. I tend to go over, usually up to an hour. And then you can select how many readings you would like based on whether you've selected a single or double session. So if you do a single session, you can select one. If you do a double session, you can select two. And then you can also leave me messages, any details you want me to know. You have to leave your basic astrology kind of details here, as well as the basic astrology details for your second party, including the day you met them and any additional info. You can select to add on extra astrology readings. These aren't as detailed as my full astrology readings, which is linked in this request form as well if you want a really big astrology reading, but they do go into a bit more detail, and I spend a bit more time on them, so you do learn a lot. I will say you learn a lot. And then at the very bottom, you select all your tarot preferences, so what oracles you would like and what deck you would prefer. And then on the next page, I won't go next because there's a few fields that it won't proceed with based on me having left them empty. But this is all the terms and conditions, so this is just acknowledging that it'll be a video reading and all that sort of stuff. So you just select I understand on all that and then submit, and then I will get your reading request in my inbox, and then every couple of days I go through all of the requests in the order that they were received, and respond, send out emails to your email address about, hey, you've selected this kind of reading, this is what it includes, this is how much it costs, this is my estimate for when I'll be able to read for you based on how much I'm currently booked. And then Once you've got your email, I send you a PayPal invoice, you pay the invoice, and then once your invoice is paid, it books you in into kind of that estimated time frame that I sent. And then, yeah, you'll get a little confirmation email. And then usually about 7 days after I've recorded your reading, you'll get a link to access it. It does take a little while for me to record everything, then upload everything, then type out my notes for my emails to everyone, and then send my emails to everyone. Because I upload straight from my phone, it just takes a while. I have to upload when I'm not going to be using my phone, and I use my phone to like record, post on social media and things like that. So it just tends to take a while for me to upload all the readings. Which is why I give that 7-day leeway after I've recorded it for you to actually get it in your inbox. And yeah, that's how you request a reading with me. And I would love to read for you very, very soon. I've added a few extra time slots because I'm a little bit more free with my time in February than I have been so far since I've been doing this. So yeah, I'm excited to do some more readings. I think the wait time currently, as I'm recording this video, is about 2 to 3 weeks. Historically, it has been more like a month-ish. So yeah, I am hoping to be able to read for you within about 2 to 3 weeks after you submit your request. So, or after I receive your request, more so. But yeah, I think that's all I need to let you know. Thanks so much for watching how to make your reading request, and I look forward to reading for you soon. Hey there, pile 2. Welcome to your reading about who is dreaming about you and why / what are they dreaming. So if you chose this, I think it's called Ice Quartz, and this reading is probably for you. But to start off with, we're just going to clarify the energies of our reading, first using this astrology deck and then our little personality / appearance descriptors. You're more than welcome to skip this if you don't need any energy clarification, but if you want like kind of extra confirmation, or you're just not really sure which pile you're drawn to the most, then stick around. Spirit, can we please have the energy of this person who's been dreaming about pile 2, please? Please have the energy of this person or people. So we've got the heaviest Leo energy, but we also have Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aquarius energy here. I would say the Pisces energy is actually pretty strong with the 12th house and Neptune energy here. So I would say the majority of people here will have a Leo Pisces person, or those placements in their big 6 particularly, but just anywhere in their chart. They also might have loaded 6th, 12th, and 11th houses in their chart, and or might have their north and south node on one of those axes. Your person, regardless of their placements, probably has a really good kind of lifestyle routine. They might be well off and be able to afford kind of a decent kind of lifestyle. and they may be very kind of either absorbed with or ignorant of kind of social issues and collective kind of consciousness issues. So things to do with humanitarianism, kind of climate change, animal rights, like human rights, like all that sort of stuff. So they'll probably be in one of two boats. They might be like super like into it and concerned with it, or they might be kind of super detached, just given that the South Node energy came out. And or you might find with this person that there's some sort of unfinished business between the two of you with this Destiny card and South Node card coming out. Or the two of you might have unfinished business from a past life if you haven't met necessarily yet. Yeah, I would say this person, regardless of whether they met you or not, they do have kind of a pulse on your energy based on this Destiny card coming out. There's been some sort of connecting of your energies either in this life or a past life. So they do have that kind of sense of you, I would say, especially with this Black Moon Lilith also coming out. This usually indicates some sort of intuition and kind of like, yeah, like inner knowing, I would say. This person might be kind of well-traveled, educated. They might kind of be really into philosophy and kind of thinking about things, I would say. Jupiter also sometimes brings people financial abundance too, so you kind of got double financial abundance. Jupiter returns can also signify kind of periods where soulmates are likely to enter into your life too. So yeah, take any of those messages that resonate. This person might be dreamy, like definitely might have dreamboat energy, and or you might find yourself sacrificing a lot of yourself for them. Like there might be this, especially if you guys have history, you might have like self-abandoned or sacrificed a lot for them in the past. You might have met this person through either social media, through friends, through work colleagues, or some sort of like kind of networky connection. And there may be things from both of your unconscious being activated in this connection. And I'm sensing already that this might be a little bit of what your person has been dreaming about, this kind of like unconscious kind of stuff. But we'll get some more descriptions using our little pot of magic. Feel free to skip this if you're already like feel super clear. If you need a little bit more or you just want to stick around for that extra confirmation, feel free to stay for our little descriptive words. So we have loyal. I feel like this is very much this Leo energy for sure. Courageous, yeah, more fire energy. Thoughtful, they might enjoy thinking about like maybe world issues, social issues, or just like general travel, philosophy, things like that. Disciplined. Straight hair. Avenger. This is usually an energy of someone who likes to right wrongs. So yeah, anyone who's interested in like kind of social issues and kind of righting wrongs, especially based on kind of collective consciousness issues, that they kind of fall under the Avenger archetype. Heart face. Long hair. So I got straight and long hair. Serious. Nurturing. arched eyebrows, blue eyes, light brown hair, artistic, dark blonde hair. So there might be somewhere in between that light blonde and dark blonde. I mean light brown and dark blonde. Long nose and oval face, so either heart or oval shaped face. And dark brown hair. So I'd say there's either a mix of people dreaming about you or a mix of people here getting their energies clarified. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We'll use our traditional tarot to find out a little bit more about what this person has maybe been dreaming about you and or why they've been dreaming about you. Please, thank you. So I'd say this person is basically dreaming about a like super magical, abundant kind of luxe life with you. We've got the 10 of Cups, which is kind of like fulfillment when it comes to happiness, alignment. We also have 6 of Pentacles, which is like usually excess, especially with kind of finances, an ability to be very giving and generous. And it's also this Taurus energy, and Taurus loves kind of really luxury items and self-care and like really good quality of life. We have 10 of Pentacles, and this is again is another good quality of life kind of energy. This is more of a Virgo-ish good quality of life though, so it's usually not as kind of luxurious, but it's something that feels really good on the inside, something that honors your kind of immediate family as well, definitely gives them the life that they deserve, and also kind of takes care of everyone in a really practical sense. And usually it's also about breaking generational curses. So if there's ever been any kind of lack or any sort of, you know, any sort of kind of trauma within families that has been passed down, like this is all about kind of righting the wrongs. We also have the Emperor and Empress here, which is a divine counterpart couple. They're definitely kind of heavy soulmate energies. And then we also have the Fool card. So this is usually some sort of newness, especially because the World card is in reverse. So the Fool is the start of the major arcana. The World is the end of the major arcana. The Fool represents kind of new energies and starting something kind of on a clean slate. And the World represents closing things. So yeah, I would say this person's imagining basically this kind of new life, new start, and dreaming about maybe a very luxurious, fulfilling, connected, maybe romantic kind of setting and life for the two of you. They may or may not be conscious about these dreams, but yeah, this is something that's obviously entering into their mind in the dream space. Maybe before they're drifting off to sleep, they're imagining this more as sort of a meditation manifestation practice. But yeah, it's definitely overall the vibes are really good. I would say kind of the one challenging energy is this 8 of Cups upside down, which is an abandonment or retreat energy. And then we also have the World, which is Saturnian upside down. So yeah, this is definitely giving me there's some space or distance between the two of you, either because you haven't met yet in this particular incarnation, so maybe the two of you don't really have a pulse check on the physicality of each other, you just kind of know each other's energies, or there's been some sort of delay with actually experiencing the relationship that is kind of written in the stars for you for whatever reason. So this hasn't come into fruition yet, or the two of you have maybe history, maybe you passed like ships, maybe you kind of entered into something and exited out of it really quickly, given this is Uranus energy and that tends to start things quickly and end things quickly. So yeah, for whatever reason, this connection hasn't like reached its potential. If you feel like you're in a relationship with this person, I would say that, yeah, there's something on your person's end where they feel like they haven't gotten into that full potential of your relationship for whatever reason. But yeah, this person's dreaming of a really kind of luxurious life with the two of you, where I would say the two of you are very secure and stable. This Ace of Wands is traditionally kind of a inspiration, creativity, like motivated starting energy. So I would definitely say that they're not really dreaming about things getting off the ground. They're more dreaming about how they want things to end up in the end, like all the security and stability. So yeah, I would say they're definitely not imagining how things are going to get off the ground. They're imagining kind of the end game more so, which is interesting in itself that they're very much focused on the end game. Yeah, so we have the Empress energy, which is all about kind of Venus energy, and then we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. So usually the Emperor represents someone who is coming in like with a kind of plan, a vision, and kind of has practically kind of reasoned out what the objectives are and how to get where they want to go. And the Empress is more bringing that kind of like flow, more nourishing feel. So I would say, regardless of kind of what energy you have and they have, they're imagining one or both of you bringing in these two energies of like envisioning like this great life together and figuring out what to build, and then either the other side of themselves or maybe you or them bringing in this more kind of nourishment path kind of towards that through this flow, and kind of working with the energies as they kind of manifest. So yeah, it's definitely very interesting. We'll see what's in the oracles. So it seems like this person's definitely focused on a lot of abundance, and the two of you are probably in a divinely guided, very protected connection based especially on this Emperor and Empress energy coming out with this protected card. So yeah, it seems like this is all kind of, yeah, being shown to this person for a reason. But for whatever reason, there needs to be some sort of release. I'm sensing either from you or from them, there needs to be this element of detachment. Either one or both of you are maybe clinging on a little bit hard to this connection and actually blocking your manifestations. That blocking may result in a connection that really struggles to get off the ground and really struggles to go through that, to actually endure to these kind of abundant miracles. It kind of may, yeah, create some stickiness, may kind of keep it on ground one. Like I would say this card is a very much ground one kind of energy. And yeah, until there's some release and surrender to the path, yeah, there might be some stickiness for whatever reason. That's definitely a very interesting energy to come out. I feel like it's kind of introducing almost a new energy. Maybe the card's more just hinting that the dreams might have a very sexual connotation to them. Maybe a lot of what maybe they might not be conscious of what they're kind of dreaming and manifesting, but they're having very sexual dreams, which are in itself creative, and usually represent co-creating with someone. So we have the boat card. What other love oracles do we have? So for our love oracles, we have the boat, which is receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closing of issues. So this might be closing any kind of past connections, especially if you've had a connection with this person in the past based on these three cards coming out. So this is Golden Mirror. This is all about kind of absorption. This can be self-absorption or preoccupation with the other person, which is kind of the mirror of narcissism, is kind of that empath energy. It's like essentially like the same thing, but on another side, like being so absorbed in someone else and really trying to maintain your perception through that kind of empath lens. There's people that do really good videos on this if you're interested in it. But yeah, this can be like kind of extremes of either me or we energy, and lacking that kind of like middle ground balance. And a lot of the time that's what separations, breakups, heartbreaks are kind of trying to teach us, trying to get us to find that middle ground between me and we energy, and being able to access both in a really healthy way and not getting stuck in either end in an unhealthy way. So yeah, potentially that's what these dreams are doing, is like kind of finding that middle ground, that middle balance. If this person or you identify with this kind of empath, kind of dependent on the energies of other people energy, then this self-indulgence energy will be important. So focusing on yourself, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation energy, to kind of find that middle ground. Seems like there's a bit of a key to the heart energy here, welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together and having it being perfect. It seems like this person's dreams are definitely contributing to their manifestations for sure. And then we also have updating outdated thinking, replaying events over in their head and conditioning. They might be either replaying their dreams, or like revisiting like old patterns through their dreams in some way. And like, especially with this kind of sexual energy, like this can be like starting new patterns, or creating new habits, essentially, like through the psyche first. And often they manifest in kind of sexual dreams first before they start to come into the physical. So yeah, these are all very interesting energies, but we'll get a little bit more. Okay, so this is obviously a deep time for change for one or both of you, probably both. It's probably a time to really call on your willpower, which is this heavy Leo energy. So either you're needing to take a leaf out of their Leo energy book if they have this heavy Leo energy, or vice versa. Oop. Okay, so we have another protection energy. So obviously there's divine protection in this connection in some way. But yeah, this is a very extreme, intense attraction, whether you've met each other yet or not. You're probably going to keep each other in each other's spheres for a long time. Yeah, but there seems to be some things that need to be kind of focused on and addressed. Probably through this person's dreams a lot. Like this is probably where they're doing a bit of their work. We can actually do a lot in our dreams in terms of spiritual work. Like it's actually a really beautiful platform for doing deep spiritual work. Okay, so we have a time to give rather than take. The energy is gaining momentum and conclusions are within reach. I feel like they're all pretty self-explanatory energies. Do we have any affirmations, please? So we have, I'm in full control and I have the power to attract all that I desire. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory too, but I love that for you. I think I'm going to end this here. If you made it all the way through the reading, thank you so much. I'm going to insert a little clip of how to book a private reading if you feel so called. If not, I would love if you could like, comment and subscribe to see me on your page for another intuitive tarot card reading very, very soon. But until then, thanks so much for watching and ciao. If you would like to book a personal reading with Wilding Tarot, I'm going to show you how to do that. Obviously, I'm just going to show you using the link in a previous video, but you'll be able to go straight into the description box below and use the link below to book your reading. So in the description box below, you'll see in the book a reading section, there's a link to a Google form, which is a tarot reading request form. So you're just going to click on that link and it should open up a new page to my Wilding Tarot reading request page. So you have to enter in your email and confirm your email address. And there are reviews for you to read if you would like. You have to expand them to be able to read them properly, just because Google Forms makes everything super small. But basically you leave your details, so name, pronouns, and then you leave your request for your booking, so whether you want a single or double session. I look for different things in your astrology readings, and the tarot cards take on different meanings based on context. So for kind of different elements like manifestations or love or twin flame or specific person or synastry or anything like that, I do need a whole session dedicated to that reading to kind of get all of your messages. So each session is usually 40-ish minutes. I tend to go over, usually up to an hour. And then you can select how many readings you would like based on whether you've selected a single or double session. So if you do a single session, you can select one. If you do a double session, you can select two. And then you can also leave me messages, any details you want me to know. You have to leave your basic astrology kind of details here, as well as the basic astrology details for your second party, including the day you met them and any additional info. You can select to add on extra astrology readings. These aren't as detailed as my full astrology readings, which is linked in this request form as well if you want a really big astrology reading, but they do go into a bit more detail and I spend a bit more time on them, so you do learn a lot. I will say you learn a lot. And then at the very bottom, you select all your tarot preferences, so what oracles you would like and what deck you would prefer. And then on the next page, I won't go next because there's a few fields that it won't proceed with based on me having left them empty. But this is all the terms and conditions. So this is just like acknowledging that it'll be a video reading and all that sort of stuff. So you just select I understand on all that and then submit. And then I will get your reading request in my inbox. And then every couple of days I go through all of the requests in the order that they were received and respond, send out emails to your email address about, hey, you've selected this kind of reading, this is what it includes, this is how much it costs, this is my estimate for when I'll be able to read for you based on how much I'm currently booked. And then once you've got your email, I send you a PayPal invoice, you pay the invoice, and then once your invoice is paid, it books you into kind of that estimated time frame that I sent. And then, yeah, you'll get a little confirmation email. And then usually about 7 days after I've recorded your reading, you'll get a link to access it. It does take a little while for me to record everything, then upload everything, then type out my notes for my emails to everyone, and then send my emails to everyone. Because I upload straight from my phone, it just takes a while. I have to upload when I'm not going to be using my phone, and I use my phone to like record, post on social media and things like that. So it just tends to take a while for me to upload all the readings. Which is why I give that 7-day leeway after I've recorded it for you to actually get it in your inbox. And yeah, that's how you request a reading with me. And I would love to read for you very, very soon. I've added a few extra time slots because I'm a little bit more free with my time in February than I have been so far since I've been doing this. So yeah, I'm excited to do some more readings. I think the wait time currently, as I'm recording this video, is about 2 to 3 weeks. Historically, it has been more like a month-ish. So yeah, I am hoping to be able to read for you within about 2 to 3 weeks after you submit your request. So, or after I receive your request, more so. But yeah, I think that's all I need to let you know. Thanks so much for watching how to make your reading request, and I look forward to reading for you soon. Hey there, Pile 3, welcome to your reading for who's dreaming about you and what are they dreaming or why are they dreaming about you. So let's start by clarifying the energies of this person. So you can skip this if you want to, it's totally up to you. But if you would like a bit of a confirmation or just want to be open to any other kind of energies that Spirit's trying to let you know are dreaming about you, then stick around. Spirit, could you please have some energies about who's dreaming about Pile 3, please? Who's dreaming about Pile 3, please? Who's dreaming about Pile 3, please? So this person might have quite a lot of Leo energy, or maybe a lot of 5th house placements that give them kind of a little bit of more of a Leo-ish quality. We have the 5th house, Leo, and a Sun card, which are all kind of that same Leo-ish, creative, fiery, passionate kind of energy. We also have some Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Aquarius energy. We have the Mercury retrograde card, so this particular person might have started dreaming you around when Mercury went retrograde, because there may be some things that this person has to kind of mentally figure out between the two of you. So there may be some very intentional dreams for their spiritual development. But the 6th house is ruled by Virgo, Gemini energies here, both of those are ruled by Mercury. So even if they don't have Virgo or Gemini placements, they're probably very intelligent, quite good thinkers, quite good communicators. And they might have a spiritual element to them with the Neptune and Uranus cards coming out. They're very kind of spiritual energies. This is basically an up-leveled kind of more spiritual Mercury kind of energy. It does tend to bring out your inner kind of genius, your unique gifts, and the ways that you're supposed to contribute to the world. Neptune energy is very dreamy. It can make someone, it can encourage people to self-sacrifice and self-abandon though. So either you might find yourself self-sacrificing for this person, or vice versa, and or self-abandoning for this person if you've met them before. If not, they're probably just going to be more of that maybe dreamer, sacrificing, maybe people-pleasing energy. They might be fairly secure and stable in this earthy element. That might mean that they have some Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo placements, or they are just well set up in the physical, like they've done well for themselves and have been able to set themselves up fairly securely, particularly with their lifestyle and routine. With the 6th house energy coming out, they might be very kind of creative, fun, a bit of an entertainer, in terms of like being around people. They might enjoy that. I'm sensing a bit more of an extroverted energy for this person. And I would say, regardless of whether you've met this person or not, this connection feels powerful. So if you guys are dreaming about each other but haven't met each other, I would say that you can kind of feel the intensity of each other's energies coming in, and are probably dreaming about each other in that regard. And if you have met, then a lot of your dreams about each other probably have to do with kind of up-leveling and kind of working out whatever issues you guys need to work out as individuals, based on kind of what's being mirrored to you in this connection. But for anyone who wants some more specifics, we'll use our little jar of personality and physical descriptors to get a bit more. We have more about pile 3's person. Any extra details about this person who's dreaming about pile 3, or people that are dreaming about pile 3, please? So we have oval face, lover. Yeah, this is this 5th house, like loves fun, pleasure, kind of sensuality kind of energy. Bit of a rebel, like to go against the grain. That's definitely this Uranus energy for sure. Entrepreneur, especially in something creative. They might be creative. So we have triangular face, so they're either got an oval face or maybe triangular. Friendly. This is that extroverted energy we were talking about. Assertive. seeker. Yeah, more extroverted, like going out and doing things and learning things energy. Goal orientated or oriented, whichever you prefer. This person may be on the short side. Might like to read, they're bookworm. Arched eyebrows. Tanned. Brown hair. Tattoos. I've never met a Leo without a lion tattoo. Toned body. Advocate. Yeah, this Uranus Neptune energy, usually advocating for people who can't advocate for themselves for whatever reason. But we'll find out kind of what this person's dreaming, or maybe why they're dreaming about you, using this traditional tarot. Pick up messages about what and why this person is dreaming about pile 3. Okay, this is a lot. Can we clarify this Six of Pentacles energy, please? And the Devil. So I'd say this person's probably not aware that they're dreaming about you with the High Priestess energy coming out in reverse, but they're dreaming about you probably because of karma that the two of you have with each other, either from past lives, this life, if you have met this person before, or there's some sort of kind of maturing or preparation that needs to be had in order for the two of you to find your way to each other for whatever reason. And a lot of this is going on underneath this person's awareness. The High Priestess in reverse often refers to things kind of in the deep unconscious of a person. I would say it kind of what they're dreaming about does feel kind of karmic with these two energies coming out. This is Saturn energy and the Wheel of Fortune energy. This is Jupiter energy, but when it does come out in reverse, it sometimes refers to some sort of like kind of blocking of abundance rather than kind of having of abundance. And this is probably due to some sort of karma, just based on the World card, Devil and Tower card all coming out. This is major arcana heavy. So it's obviously like a big deal, like why this person is dreaming about you. There's potentially some even abandonment issues, or maybe some guilt and regret over some sort of retreat that was maybe made. So if you haven't met this person's probably dealing with abandonment karma. If you have, they could still be dealing with abandonment karma, and or they might be dealing with kind of guilt for having to maybe walk away from this connection to work out their stuff, or maybe anger for you walking away from this connection to deal with your stuff. Like one of those kind of options, or maybe kind of a combination of them. I'm just gonna quickly plug my phone in so that we don't suddenly lose power halfway through the reading. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles and Four of Swords. This is traditionally kind of a rest and renewal energy, and this is a giving and generosity energy. So I would say that, yeah, it seems like it was important that there was some sort of like retreat, some sort of kind of focus on me energy for the time being for whatever reason. Definitely, I would say it has this kind of connotation of being about each other's own renewal and own ability to kind of be there for yourself, maybe reparent yourself, maybe provide things for yourself that potentially you were going to outside sources for in the past. There may be a sexual connotation to this person's dreams that may be part of this kind of working out karma, with the Devil card and the Tower card coming out in reverse. Or they're just using these dreams to kind of gain experience and gain kind of wisdom about kind of their past, the karma from the past, and figuring out kind of how to move forward and do things differently, and maybe act in a way that's not that's more aligned with their kind of integrity, truth, honor, and just like more aligned with unconditional love. Like the Tower card often destroys things that are not aligned with unconditional love to make room for things that are of better alignment. So yeah, it seems like there's some sort of very intentional purpose to these dreams, in order to kind of up-level this person. But for whatever reason, it's important that they're not super aware of what they're dreaming. So we have children are an important part to this partnership. This is this heavy creativity energy. So probably a good deal of what they're dreaming has to do with them not wanting to pass on like their own kind of toxic traits to their offspring, like wanting to set up a better life for their offspring eventually. Okay, so we also have leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. So this might be about this connection. It might be about something to do with this connection in more of a removed way, or it might just have something to do with like anything that you're considering right now. This also may be about them, just given kind of the context that we're using these cards. So they might be kind of finding that faith to make the moves that they want to make in life. I would say the two of you are definitely mastering spiritual lessons, with a lot of the tarot coming out being major arcana. Usually that indicates major shifts, major lessons, major kind of change. And I would say that a lot of this mastery is kind of coming into effect because of this time apart, if you have met each other, or this time apart given that potentially you were connected in a past life and are moving towards reconnection in this life. For whatever reason, when you guys do reconnect, regardless of your past situation, it's important that you are clear on a lot of things, especially kind of your past and any of these issues that we discussed in the tarot. And probably one of the big kind of underlying currents of the issues that we discussed in the tarot is like kind of the theme of obsession. So the card reads, someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. So one or both of you might have experience with this, either in past connections or in your past life with each other. Just depending on kind of what your history is with this person. So yeah, I would say that maybe one of the reasons why this High Priestess came out in reverse, indicating that this this dream stuff is happening underneath their consciousness, is maybe to avoid some of this obsessive thinking, because potentially it won't do any good. So yeah, I think, yeah, there's some sort of need for like release from obsession. That's not to say you can't think about someone and reflect on a connection with someone, as long as you're doing it in a healthy way. You're not going round and round in circles and with your mind on a loop. Yeah, maybe one of the reasons why this person, it's important that this person doesn't get to this obsessive thoughts kind of energy and everything's being dealt with super unconsciously, is because they might have these runner tendencies, so fear of intimacy and listening to the ego. Or you potentially might have this kind of energy and they're having this go on under their unconscious so that they maybe don't feel as triggered but can still kind of deal with it in a healthy way. So we have unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction, and then we have the clock, which is need time, taking time to heal, taking time to heal cycles, and progress moving forward. So we've got kind of like double time apart energy here. Do we have any more love oracles, please? Okay, so we have paradise, which is happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, and enjoying each other. So yeah, probably in the dreams, there's a bit more of this paradise energy. So you can enjoy each other maybe more in the 5D than in the 3D right now. But I would say that all of this is moving towards this energy. So we have patience, blossoming, and hunger. You're probably having to deal with a hunger and maybe some obsessiveness, and all they are. But yeah, part of this kind of patience, taking time apart, taking time to heal, and allowing yourselves to blossom as individuals is important to this connection. Yeah, it's probably the ideal time to work through fears, surrender to the divine, and just like whatever the divine is giving you, like taking it with like a lot of gratitude and kind of, yeah, like honoring whatever spirit's kind of guiding you towards. Sometimes that doesn't fit our own personal agenda, which sucks. Like it sucks when spirit's like, no, deal with this kind of fear and negative energy, blah, 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 when all you want is to be with a certain person. But yeah, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles, and yeah, that's that surrender element. Sometimes these experiences are just like super humbling, like that. Okay, so the affirmation that we have for you to finish off on is I'm in full control. I have the power to attract all that I desire. So I feel like that affirmation is pretty self-explanatory and fitting based on what we've talked about in our tarot reading today. I'm going to insert a little clip of how to book a private reading with me after this reading, if you feel so called. Otherwise, if this is the end for our reading today, thank you so much for making it all the way through. I would love if you could like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you again in my next video. Ciao. If you would like to book a personal reading with Wilding Tarot, I'm going to show you how to do that. Obviously, I'm just going to show you using the link in a previous video, but you'll be able to go straight into the description box below and use the link below to book your reading. So in the description box below, you'll see in the book a reading section, there's a link to a Google form, which is a tarot reading request form. So you're just going to click on that link and it should open up a new page to my Wilding Tarot reading request page. So you have to enter in your email and confirm your email address. And there are reviews for you to read if you would like. You have to expand them to be able to read them properly, just because Google Forms like makes everything super small. But basically you leave your details, so name, pronouns, and then you leave your request for your booking, so whether you want a single or double session. I look for different things in your astrology readings, and the tarot cards take on different meanings based on context. So for kind of different elements like manifestations or love or twin flame or specific person or synastry or anything like that, I do need a whole session dedicated to that reading to kind of get all of your messages. So each session is usually 40-ish minutes. I tend to go over, usually up to an hour. And then you can select how many readings you would like based on whether you've selected a single or double session. So if you do a single session, you can select one. If you do a double session, you can select two. And then you can also leave me messages, any details you want me to know. You have to leave your basic astrology kind of details here, as well as the basic astrology details for your second party, including the day you met them and any additional info. You can select to add on extra astrology readings. These aren't as detailed as my full astrology readings, which is linked in this request form as well if you want a really big astrology reading, but they do go into a bit more detail, and I spend a bit more time on them, so you do learn a lot. I will say you learn a lot. And then at the very bottom, you select all your tarot preferences, so what oracles you would like and what deck you would prefer. And then on the next page, I won't go next because there's a few fields that it won't proceed with based on me having left them empty. But this is all the terms and conditions. So this is just like acknowledging that it'll be a video reading and all that sort of stuff. So you just select I understand on all that and then submit. And then I will get your reading request in my inbox. And then every couple of days I go through all of the requests in the order that they were received, and respond, send out emails to your email address about, hey, you've selected this kind of reading, this is what it includes, this is how much it costs, this is my estimate for when I'll be able to read for you based on how much I'm currently booked. And then once you've got your email, I send you a PayPal invoice, you pay the invoice, and then once your invoice is paid, it books you in into kind of that estimated time frame that I sent. And then, yeah, you'll get a little confirmation email. And then usually about 7 days after I've recorded your reading, you'll get a link to access it. It does take a little while for me to record everything, then upload everything, then type out my notes for my emails to everyone, and then send my emails to everyone. Because I upload straight from my phone, it just takes a while. I have to upload when I'm not going to be using my phone, and I use my phone to record, post on social media and things like that. So it just tends to take a while for me to upload all the readings, which is why I give that 7-day leeway after I've recorded it for you to actually get it in your inbox. And yeah, that's how you request a reading with me. And I would love to read for you very, very soon. I've added a few extra time slots because I'm a little bit more free with my time in February than I have been so far since I've been doing this. So yeah, I'm excited to do some more readings. I think the wait time currently, as I'm recording this video, is about 2 to 3 weeks. Historically, it has been more like a month-ish. So yeah, I am hoping to be able to read for you within about 2 to 3 weeks after you submit your request. So, or after I receive your request, more so. But yeah, I think that's all I need to let you know. Thanks so much for watching how to make your reading request. And I look forward to reading for you soon.